Hello, I'm Rachel Porter, Digital Curriculum Integration Specialist at Southwest Parke Schools. I'm making this video on behalf of the entire eLearning committee to explain the reasons behind the decision to take advantage of the virtual option the State Department of Education has given us. A few have commented that it would have just been easier to simply come to school one more day to make up for our snow day. Well, that's probably true. But at Southwest Parke, we want to choose the best path for your child's education, not just the easiest one. We've also heard that teachers just didn't want to come one more day. Well, although our teachers work very hard and are certainly exhausted at the end of the year, that is not the motivation behind e-learning days. This is part of a much bigger picture. Our vision to give students a 21st century education that is personal and prepares them for their future schooling, careers, and life. We already have a list of things we want to improve for the future, and will certainly give you an opportunity to give us your input, so that this is a positive experience for everyone. So stay with me for a moment as I explain 8 reasons that we feel e-learning is worth pursuing. First, it will help us communicate and connect better with you as parents. You seldom get to see what your child's lesson, programs, and curriculum entail, but e-learning will provide a window for you to discover what a great education your child is receiving and how dedicated his or her teachers are. 2. One of my personal favorite reasons is that working through e-learning courses helps to grow student independence. It makes them become more self-directed and responsible for their own learning. This is one of the greatest skills college professors tell us that students lack. Number 3 was one of my favorite reasons when I was a student myself going through an online lesson. E-learning gives students a chance to learn in an environment more suited to them as an individual. They can work at their own pace, have their favorite snack and comfy chair, and enjoy a chance to learn without so-and-so bugging them. They can choose to tackle it all at once and get it done, if that's their personality, or break it down into pieces that are manageable for them. They can also go back and revisit instruction they didn't quite get the first time. Number 4, e-learning lessons force students to be more engaged with the content, which leads to better learning. The lesson doesn't go on if they drift into la-la land because they are controlling the lesson. Number 5. Using e-learning in K-12 education provides students with the e-learning experience in a relatively risk-free way. This is important because nearly all college courses today involve some amount of e-learning. And most jobs, from minimum wage on up, require employees to complete online training modules. We want students to be proficient with this kind of learning before their degree or job is on the line. Number 6, e-learning opens so many doors of possibility. Although we don't plan on ever having more than a few e-learning days in any school year, it could give us a chance to offer better times for parent-teacher conferences and for our staff to receive professional development that grows them into better teachers. Things we can also consider through e-learning are the possibility of offering more courses, better homebound and alternative instruction for those students who need it, and simply a more productive learning day for students when a substitute is leading their class. All of these potential aspects could lead to better education for your son or daughter. Number 7, e-learning allows us to deliver instruction during critical learning times. If we have a snow day in, say, December, we can use e-learning to recover that time relatively quickly, which is much more beneficial than adding days at the end of the year after testing has already happened and students are beginning to get burned out. Our first e-learning run doesn't feel like it's fulfilling this one because of the timing of our approval from the state. But it's our first run, and it's a practice. Adding a day to the very end of the school year would not have been a very productive learning day either. You might just have to trust me on that. Finally, we want you to know that there is research backing the effectiveness of this type of learning. The U.S. Department of Education commissioned a 12-year study of 99 schools offering similar courses online and in traditional classrooms. On average, the online learners scored 9 percentile higher than the classroom learners. Now don't worry, we have no intention of closing school and doing this all the time. We believe your child still needs interaction with their teacher most of the time. But the result is statistically significant evidence that e-learning works just as well, or maybe even a little better for most students. We know that learning anything new and going through it for the first time is a little rough on anyone. If you found yourself wondering why we're even doing this, or if it's worth doing, we hope this video has helped you to see the reasons. Our original plan was to present this information to you from the very start. We apologize that our timetable prevented that from happening until now. Please watch for the parent survey that we will distribute at the conclusion of the e-learning week, and don't hesitate to contact us at this email or number, or by calling the building principals. Your input is very valuable as we continue to improve and pursue our vision for the betterment of your children. Thank you for being an involved parent.